Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna walk you through to a Pwnedlabs lab AWS S3 enumeration basics. So in this video I'm gonna cover all the S3 enumeration that is like basics of the enumeration of the S3 bucket. So let me introduce firstly what is S3. So when on AWS, it if you are a pen tester and you know about FTP, and in any case you know about FTP, understand that in AWS S3 is same as FTP because it is used to store files. Okay, and like we used to get anonymous access on FTP, there are many ways where the misconfigurations, the settings or the permissions that are misconfigured in the S3 buckets that allows the anonymous access, which can lead to data leakage. And you can search on Google, you can search anywhere, you will get a lot of things that you will see the data breaches and other things that has happened before, and it's all because of S3. So in this video I'll gonna walk you through to this lab where we'll check it out and let's spin it into it, right? Okay, so S3 enumeration basics, let's start our lab. And I have already connected to my VPN because I was working on it before. You can just download it here and sudo open VPN and your VPN name. If you have any problem, comment in the description and I'll help you out. So our lab is starting. Let's check the scenario first. So our scenario is, it's your first day on the red team and you have been tasked with examining a website that has found an first employee's bookmark. Check it out and see where it leads. In scope is the company's infrastructure including cloud service. So what we are supposed to do here is that we are on a red team and it's our first day, and we are given a task to examine a website that we found through a first email employees bookmark. Okay, and we have to see where it takes us, where it leads to us. Okay, and one good thing about this lab is that you don't have to know different tools, or you don't have to use any tool. You just have to use your mind, you just have to use your hacking mindset, your curiosity to dive into it, to figure it out, to scratch surfaces. And we'll just use the AWS CLI and you just need to get basic commands ideas. Okay, and it's a beginner friendly lab, focuses on red team. Real world contracts will not go to walkthrough, and let's just dive into it. We have the website and I'm already connected to VPN, so I'll just put my website here and let's see. Okay, so we are connected to VPN properly, that's why we are accessing the file. And let's go through the website as, okay, so don't think about it just like a cloud. Okay, don't go right into the cloud mindset, just think about it as a hacker, as a penetration tester, because a website can lead you to many other things as well. Like you can find out many website vulnerabilities like XSS, SQLI also. So but this lab is only focused on cloud, so I'm just telling you the way you can think of it. So let's see what all services or what all things we have. Okay, everything mostly we are getting here only back, and this is 405 not allowed, so we are not allowed to do this. And most of the things, okay, so as you can see, most of the things are redirecting us to here only, so we don't have anything to work around. What we can do is we can do directory boosting, directory search, fuzzing, and other things, subdomains. We can find out things, but it will take some time. You can do this, you should do that firstly, but I'll just see other stuff. So what I'll do is I'll check the source code, because the meanwhile the directory fuzzing or the domain fuzzing is going on, you should check the source code because you have to utilize the time. So let's go on source code, and if we see here, if you see my marker, let me zoom in for you. So if you see my marker, and here you'll see that here it is mentioned about S3 bucket, here it is also mentioned about S3 bucket. So all the things that they are storing, it's in S3 bucket, and I just told you that maybe they have a public accessible bucket which will lead to data breach. Okay, so we got let me tell you a little basics about it as well. So S3 buckets are referred to as two things. Okay, either it will be bucket name dot s3 dot amazon aws.com, or it will be like this, s3 dot amazon aws.com slash the bucket name. Okay, so we have the bucket name here. Let's just copy it down. I can copy it down from here. Okay, so we'll just copy the bucket name down from here, and we'll move to our AWS CLI, which I already told you we'll have to work on. And I'll open a new terminal. I'll just zoom it for you guys. Okay, and now we'll walk it through the AWS CLI. So I've already done a little bit. I have not done the complete one, so I'll let you know. And that's the syntax for it. And we are trying the anonymous thing. So if we go for anonymous thing, in the FTP, as you have if you remember, in FTP we have to write anonymous. So the FTP one is like this: FTP anonymous at the rate your IP. Okay, so this is what we do in for FTP, but for S3 we have to use this. So this is the syntax for it, if I'm not wrong. I have previously used it, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so no sign in request, it means we are not using any profile or anything, and we got our source. So what we have here is we can read it. So first thing first, it is not properly permissioned. The permissions are not properly given because we can access it publicly without any sign in. So anybody with an AWS account can access or read the files actually. So we'll check out one by one what all we can read. So we'll just keep on adding the folders in it. So we'll check admin first, and it is taking some time. It will take some time, it may not take some time for you, but it is taking for me. So we don't have access for it. Okay, let's go to next one. If we check all the files one by one, you'll see that somewhere or the other way you'll have a way to go ahead. Like, you won't get stuck anywhere, you'll see and find ways. The other thing is also not accessible by us, it is permission denied. We'll go for the third folder and let's hope for the best. Okay, so we can access it. We have a folder zip file here. Before taking it out, let's check the last one as well, because maybe we'll find something more important in that folder. And if we check on that, and we have a JavaScript script, a logo and a style, and I guess this is for the website. So we have index already, and in static I guess it's script for the website, and CSS for the website, and logo for the website. So I guess it is of no use. So this is the only thing that is reliable or like beneficial for us. So I'll just copy its name and move it back upwards. I'll move it back to the shared one and just paste my file name here. And this time I don't have to do ls, I just have to do copy. So I'm copying this file to this file, like my present directory. So dot is for present directory, and I'm copying this file here. So I'll copy it down just here, and we'll wait for it because it's taking some time due to the VPN thing and due to the region thing. Okay, so it is downloaded here, as we can see here, ls, and we already have it here. And if we unzip it, let's go and unzip it, and here it is. And yes, it is already unzipped, and let's check it out, ls, and we have the script here. Let's read it out. Okay, vim, you can use any reader, any file opener, and I'm just using vim here. Okay, so if we read it out whole, it is something related to, if you read the whole code, and if you don't even know the code and you can't read it, you can just see the comments. That's why comments are here. So this is what they are reading, some secrets from export.xml file. Okay, they are outputting the file in this way, and they are error handling it for something. If they get error from something, they are doing secret node xml file again. So I guess it is something related to secret manager, because AWS has a secret manager service which keeps your secrets hidden. But the main thing is, the big jackpot that we hit here is the access key and the secret access key. Now if you are already working with AWS, you know that how important access key and secret access key is. You just can't let it allow anyone to share it or to get access to it. So this is the most important thing. This is like your username and password for your account. So we have got all the things, and we just need to set up our account. So I'll just open another terminal here and set up my another AWS account. And for that, AWS configure, and for this I'll create a profile enum s3. Okay, and when I'll configure it, it will ask for all the things, and from here I'll copy it down. We have the secret key, we have the normal access key. Oh my bad, I just copied the same thing. So we have the secret key, we have the access key, and we have the region as well. Okay, so we are all set. Now we'll just put it here, and now we'll do the same thing that we did previously. What we'll do is, we'll do all the s3 commands, all the s3 things that we did, and we'll just see what all we can access now. So we'll just go here and we'll see if we can access something new. We'll click on profile enum s3. Now we are not choosing the no sign in option, so we are not accessing it, or we are not reading it through anonymous, all the other thing. We are just reading it through the enum s3 account that we just got. Okay, so before that, I would advise you to do something like, when you get access to some account, or you just create an account, you should do a check of who am I. Okay, so this is what who am I command is for AWS. You should write AWS STS get caller identity and profile for this. So enum s3, and I'll check what user I am, what's my name, and other things. So we got our user ID, we got our account, we got our IAM, IAM, and we are PAM test. So we have the PAM test user. Now we'll just copy down the command that we use for enumerating s3, and we'll just enumerate it. So I'm just enumerating it with the new account that I got, and not the anonymous account. Just to be clear again, I'm using profile just to get the access from that account. So we have got this access. Now let's try getting access to other folders if we are privileged enough to do that. And yes, so previously we couldn't access it as it was permission denied. Now we can access it. So we have got our flag here. Let's see if we can copy it down directly, and maybe it's all done. Okay, so cp in case of ls, and I'm wanting to paste it in my present directory, and let's see if it's okay. So forbidden, so we don't have permission to copy things down. Let's see another thing, if we can do this. The testing is 0 bytes, so we don't need anything from 0 bytes. We just see it if we can download it somehow. Okay, so error for this as well. Let's see if we can access some other folders here, if we get the chance to do some other folders. Oh, I forgot to remember the folder's name, my bad. Wait a minute, and we'll just do the enumeration again, and we'll see what folders do we have. We have migration files. So we already looked for shared, we looked for static, we got all the things that we needed from there, so I don't think there's any requirement to check them again. So we'll check the second folder now, and the first folder is already done, and the second folder now is migration files. Okay, so we can access it. We got 4 things here, and these 2 are pretty big files, and they are only PDFs. So like, if you want to download it, you can download it, but I know they are of no use, and it will take a lot of time to download it and use it, and there is no any leads ahead for this. We have a test export XML, and we have a migrate secret.ps1, and as we previously saw that we got a ID, and let me bring the terminal back, and if I do this, if I quit it. Okay, so as we saw here, we saw that they are providing an secret manager file, migrate secrets.ps1. We already got that from previous thing. Okay, migrate secrets.ps1, we already got that from previous thing, as I told you. So we don't have to download it again, because from the shared file we got this already. Now let's see if we can copy the test export ml. Okay, so we'll go for it, and we'll see if we can access it, and we'll copy it down to my main line. Okay, so I'll just go here and paste it, and see if we can download it. So already the main thing, the export ml, the I would say migrate secrets ps1, we already downloaded it before. So now the text export ml is only left, and we have already downloaded it, and here it is, as you can see. And I'll just cat it out. Okay, I'll just use mousepad for it, because cat would take a lot of space here. Okay, so we have access to everything now, and as I read through walkthroughs of like bug bounties, I saw that this is pretty common. Like, I know I got also like a shock, like how they are storing the passwords and all things in the plain text, but it happens in the real world. Like, I have seen many videos, like many pen testers, professional pen testers who did this lab, or who did pen testing. They were telling it's the same thing, that these things are very common in a proper labs, in a proper environment. So we have got Oracle database credentials, we have got HP server credentials, we have got AWS credentials, we have got every credentials that the company has. But our main focus is AWS credentials, because we are currently focusing on cloud, we are breaching the cloud. So we have another ID for AWS, and let's use it again in this profile. Let's create another profile for it, and we'll do AWS S3 enum S3 admin. Okay, because you can see here AWS IT admin, so I am creating a profile with AWS S3 admin, and we'll just copy the things down here. We need an access key, we need the secret access key, and we don't need the region here because it is not given, and if it was only, the region is not as much needed because we already know that we have the S3, and which is a global service, okay. So S3, a great misconception for S3 is S3 is a global service, but if you deploy an S3, if you host a S3 or you use a S3 to store anything, it has to be deployed in a region, but it is a global service. So yeah, this misconception is there, and I wanted to clear it out to you guys if you don't know about it. And now let's check it out. Okay, so we will do the first this, because I told you that you should do the who am I command first and check what privileges do you have, what the command you have, what's your role, and what's the user you have. So we are the IT admin of it, and let's check the privileges we have with S3, and we'll go directly into it because I've already checked everything else, and we'll see the admin file directly because we could open it before but we can't copy it because of the privileges limitations, and we'll see if we can do it now. And if we see, we can ls it now, and let's see if we can copy things. Okay, so I'll just go here, I'll do copy, and I'll see if I can copy things here. So I'll just copy it down in my main directory here that's opening, and I'll see if we can access to it because previously, okay, so download fail again because not a directory, and okay, I guess it's some kind of command error. We can access the file flag.txt. Let's see if we can access this file here, and it is downloaded, so we have the permissions for it. And if we see, we have flag.txt here, and if we see other files here, if we go here and see other files, we have website transaction that we previously tried, and it was also denied access, so we didn't have permissions for it as well. So let's see if we can access it now, and we'll download it again in this file only, and we'll see that it is also being downloaded. So we have all the permissions now to download everything, and we have both the things. So we already know that flag is here, our lab is already solved, but let's see the other thing and the real world scenario, what and how the website breaches happens. So I'll just do the mouse pad again and open the site, and let's see what do we have here. Okay, so here we have a lot of things. We have network credit card number, CVV, expiry date, cardholder number, validation, username, passwords, IP addresses. So we have literally breached every single detail of the company, of the customer's website. We have done everything we can as an attacker, and we have literally spoiled the company's reputation and totally breached and exposed the data of the users. And this is real case scenario, as you can see, and you can also do Google search. You can see read write-ups how the previous big conceptions happened, like how the big breaches happened. Okay, so now just we are all over it, so just cat the flag text out, and we'll see if we have done it correctly or not. And I'll just open it, I'll just go to my AWS, and I'll just submit my flag, and let's hope for the best. And it is invalid. Okay, it is invalid. How? Okay, I guess the last percentage is not here. I guess I have to remove the last percentage. I don't know if it is proper or not. If I do now without the percentage, yes, so my flag is completed. You have successfully completed the challenge, and we have completed the lab, and let's go. So in this video, what you guys learn from it, let me explain few things to you. When we store S3, what are the main problems here? Okay, let's just analyze it a little. Okay, I'll just do a little enumeration again for you guys, and I'll show you what was the mistake here, and as a beginner what you shouldn't do. Okay, so I'm enumerating it, and as you can see here, there are few mistakes that I would say. First mistake, that may or may not be that big, was they are allowing access to their public bucket. Okay, so if you have very normal content here, suppose I have all the pictures in my website, all the pictures in my bucket, I can allow the public access to it, like no one would get any benefit from it. All the pictures are only open sourced already. But here what they did is they publicated the website, the bucket that stored some sensitive data. No matter you have privileges, you have permissions for the data, if you are giving permissions to public to access your bucket, it will cause damage somewhere or the other. If we can read the bucket, it's a problem already. It doesn't matter if we can copy it, if we can write on it. If we can just read it, it's already a problem. And the second biggest mistake what they did is they put the stuff, sensitive stuff, and the website stuff in the same bucket. You should never do that. If you are creating a bucket, if you are creating a website, if you are creating anything and hosting it or saving it on bucket in a bucket, you should always put sensitive data and like the important data in some private bucket, which should not get a little, even a second of public access data. So if you have a sensitive bucket in your file in your AWS account, you shouldn't allow it for even a second to be accessed by public. You can't give access for even a second to the public of that bucket. But if you have a normal bucket, even if you have public access, it won't cause that much damage. So you got the problem, right? Here the problem was that they stored the sensitive data, they stored the website data, and they stored all the credentials. So like all the important credentials data, they stored in the same bucket, and that was the problem. Okay, I'll be back with another video on Pwnedlabs and AWS, and if you haven't checked the Pwnedlabs yet, do check it out. Pwnedlabs is an amazing website and a platform where you can learn AWS cloud pen testing, GCP pen testing, Azure pen testing, and previously I shared a video of Azure pen testing as well. This is my first video on AWS, and I am making you guys sure that I'll make another video, many more videos on AWS. So keep following me, keep sharing my videos, and please subscribe if you like it. Thank you.